Look at that.
All right,
But seriously, if you don't plan on like doing anything crazy, like
Gentlemen.
be a doctor, just like
we're going to make the piece that goes into the car for the wheel to spin on. I'm going to just call it the wheel connector. All right.
it might.
So we're going to all make a new part.
Oh, it's for you. Something like that.
You can tell already people are not paying attention. It's not going to be a good start.
Shut up! I got it.
No, you don't.
What?
You need the password.
We're starting a new thing. So where you are is irrelevant. Like we're starting a new thing. So
Yeah,
if you pay attention, you have to be
Where
behind.
am I emotional?
We are rolling. We are in it.
So what would be the best way to make this piece?
The best way to make it be.
Yeah, this thing.
Like a piece.
To give you a hint, it's not extrusion,
Is that that circle thing?
Yeah,
which is called
I forgot what it's called.
Good valve.
evolve.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So if you look at it, okay, we're going to assume that the part that goes into the wood is just like a cylinder that's the same size as what we see above.
Yeah.
Okay? We're just going to assume that. I don't know that it necessarily actually is like that, but we're going to just assume, okay? Because we can't actually take it out. So when you're doing this, okay, you're going to find that if you look on the inside, there's some geometry to that. All right? That does not match what's on the outside. Okay? So the first thing you want to do is you want to draw a profile. I'm no longer going to be explicitly stating every little itty bitty thing because at this point you should start to be kind of learning things and like knowing how to do things yourself. So I'm going to make a sketch on the front plane. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to draw my center line that I will revolve around. So this is my construction line. Okay? Now, that is not always necessary. If you actually had all reason to draw a line anyway there, you would not necessarily need that. But it's not a bad habit to always draw one, okay? Now, I'm going to draw the profile. And I'm going to do this with lines, okay? I'm actually going to do this with lines. So it looks like the center is actually open. So if you look in there, what in the, oh my lord, the thing lagged. Bad. So the center is open, and then it comes up to the actual outside. I'm going to exaggerate this just so that I get it done correctly. So this is exaggerated. I have only drawn the part that is above the wood. I am going to just do a cylinder at the end to represent the stuff going inside. Okay? But if we had access to the entire part, we would do all of it in the same revolving ball. There would be no good reason not to. Okay? we're just going to do the part above first. Okay? So this is exaggerated. I have not dimensioned anything, by the way. Okay? This is just exaggerated. What would be the first dimension I'd want to do?
We do. Well, no.
What's the first dimension we would probably want to do?
The height of it?
That would be one acceptable answer.
Sick.
You should always pick, in general, with rare exception, you should always pick one of the biggest dimensions first. Because the very first dimension you do, it will scale the entire thing. So if you pick an overall dimension, it's a good start.
Like that.
Yeah, the leg is the
Length.
leg. Yeah.
I don't know what you mean by length.
I think they mean like the circumference. The height.
So I'm getting 12.9 for the height. You'll notice that scaled everything. That is a good thing. Okay. What would be another good dimension that you're really on?
Circumference goes.
Of what?
Oh, the inside. No, because we're not
Okay.
gonna all yet.
So you always want to work from outside to in or inside to out. Right? So either I should do the outermost first or I should do the innermost first and then to keep working my way, right? So I don't care what you do, but I am going to do the outside because I actually can get a good measurement on that. That one's not going to be a ballpark, right? So I'm actually doing the outside of that like lip thing. I got 10.5. So when you do this dimension, remember, okay? Remember, when you dimension to a center line, watch what I do here. I'm going to get to this point where I'm ready to click to place a dimension. If you move your cursor to the other side, it becomes a diameter, right? This is a radius. This is a diameter. Radius, diameter. Okay? Are we good? Yeah? And I had 10.5. Okay, so in doing that, I realized that my stuff was kind of way too big, right?
Yeah.
So I'm going to move things manually to fix that. Before I do any more dimensions, I'm going to move things manually to fix that. Okay? Before I do any more dimensions. Be smart. Be smart. I'm now going to do the diameter of like the actual, like, for lack of a better term, the body. I'm getting about 7.5, 7.4.
So it looks like this. Here? Yeah.
I'm going to do the lip up top.
Yeah. I am too as well.
7.9.
I think. Why does it go so far?
So I got my outer diameters all taken care of.
No shots.
That sucks.
This caliper just died. Oh, there it is. Weird.
Oh, yeah, that's it.
Next, I'm going to actually do the heights of these lips because I can.
Because you can.
Just get that out of the way. Maybe 1.5 for this one. And this one up top. Pretty similar, to be honest. Yeah, I was going to say 1.5 as well. So I have these lips done. So now I just got to get the inner stuff. Now, one of these is going to be really easy to do. It's going to be really easy to get the inner diameter. Most likely. That's not going to be too bad. Looks like it's about 5.
Hey.
What's not going to be so easy, though, what's not going to be so easy is getting this other diameter. So what you can do, you should be able to get the height at least that drops down in there. 6.3.
6.3. Oh, yeah.
But this diameter, all right, you're gonna have to just kind of ballpark. There's not a great way to really do that. I'm getting somewhere maybe like 3.2 maybe. I don't know. That's just not an easy one to do. The last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get a nice kind of angle on this. I'm going to reposition all of my dimensions so that they're easy to see and read and understand. So I have my part done. At this point, it's trivial to do the revolve. Okay. The revolve is the easy part. The sketch is usually the hard part.
No. I don't, well, kind of, but I'm not 100% sure, so I'm not gonna say. All I know is that Macy threw up, so I don't know if that's why they called the ambulance or not, but I kind of doubt it.
Wait, what happened?
But a bunch of people were thrown up, so I don't know what's
Such a scare.
I don't know if somebody passed out, but a lot of people were throwing up. That's all I know.
It's not even a good cause.
Imagine throwing up because you like lost.
No, it was like a lot of people. Like, it wasn't just.
I mean, that's.
I mean, you signed up to.
Because, like, if one person does it,
Yeah.
a lot of people are gonna do it. Because, you know.
Yeah.
And some haven't had their blood taken out in like years.
Or never.
It's not even like so much like the thing of like seeing your own blood. It's like
You have to do.
you're not gonna feel good.
Yeah, yeah. You've lost like shit ton of iron.
Yeah, you're not gonna feel good.
Yeah. And you're not getting paid good for that.
Yeah, it was.
You get $25.
Like-
Yeah, it's worth like 100 to 200.
For me personally, my thing with the whole thing is like I do not want to start my day and having to work the whole day, and then like I had things I had to do in the evening too. Like I can't afford to be tired
Yeah.
the entire day. Like I'm sorry, but like I have work to do.
How did you measure microblood?
Huh?
3.2.
Yeah, it was like, oh, you know, at the end of the day, and then I'm just go home and go to bed anyway. Like that'd be one thing, but it's not what's gonna happen.
I don't think I
Okay, I'm revolving this. So my sketch is done.
would take out your blood, they separated. Yeah.
I'm gonna call this the.
It takes more time.
Well, let me just revolve it first.
Yeah, you need to go to the hospital.
Oh, no. I just like the sketch.
I like the name blood. It's not. It's not. I feel it's.
Pablo wants to share his blood with the world. Okay, that looks beautiful. Whatever. That is cute.
The money for yours.
Oh, the top half.
doesn't seem as thick.
They give you $50. My mom.
Walmart.
Oh, look at the inside. Oh,
Yeah, she got.
It's nice, isn't it?
that is very nice.
Okay.
What do you mean why
So-
so thick?
We're not done, but like you're starting to see
Yeah.
the overall what this is.
Light work.
I just tried to really thumb up the arm because the most when your arm.
So all I'm gonna do, I am just going to extrude a cylinder that is the same height and width. So I had a width of 7.9 and a height of 12.9. I'm gonna just extrude a cylinder on the other side. That's the same. We're just going to keep it very simple. I'm not saying this is actually good, but we can't see what's on the other side anyway, so there's really no point in getting too caught up in it. So I'll just extrude that. You would typically do a revolve on this. All right, it would be part of the sketch that we had just done.
Can we just mirror it?
I mean, if you want, there's no reason to assume it's the same, but sure, you can mirror it. I mean, we can do that. But I would, if you're gonna mirror it, I would at least wait till we're done
Yeah.
before you mirror.
The same shape.
We mirror.
I mean, yeah, but I don't think it's the same.
12.9. I can tell you that having seen the reported CAD values for these, it's not the same.
Wait, how do you see?
But if you want to mirror it, that's fine as well. There's nothing wrong with that.
Wait, what'd you just do?
Okay, anyway, we're going to do the slots now. So if you look, you know, there's these slots. Why do they put those slits on there? There's a very easy reason why.
So it's big.
So you what?
So I can take it out.
Yeah, it allows it to be squished, right? So that it can go in and out of the wheel where you're attaching. So what we're going to do is we're going to do those. They're really easy to do, but this is another example of making smart choices set you up for success. So what I'm going to do is, because I centered this about the origin, I can make another sketch on the front plane, and I can just draw a rectangle there, okay, and cut through. So if you do look at the bottom of the slits, it does look like it might be a little rounded, maybe, possibly. But I'm going to do a center point rectangle. What type?
Center point.
And the reason why is the center of the rectangle will line up with the origin. Yep. And then I'll just go up until I touch this slit. Now, if you're not able to automatically snap it to that, then you need to do what? What do you need to do so that you can actually see this in your sketch?
Oh, project.
Project. Very good. Okay. So the bottom, I am going to actually round. I'm going to try and do that in the sketch, but I'm going to get the dimensions first. I think that dimensioning fillets is always the thing you should do last. So it's not going to be easy to get the width of this slit. You might want to just ballpark it with the calipers. It looks like it's pretty close to 1. It's pretty close to 1.
A sketch? Yeah, sketch.
And then the height,
Look, you can.
you know, another ballpark thing.
Yeah. Or, oh, okay, so you gotta know. Holy shit.
Everybody take however it gets in the seat.
No.
Fins.
Maybe about 5.5.
I'm not technically.
Did you not project it full thing on it?
No.
They told you.
And then I'm just going to do some basic math here. Okay. 5.5. Or sorry, if the width is 1, half of 1 is
0.5.
0.5. So when I do my sketch fillets,
Oh,
I'll do 0.5. Okay, that is not.
sketch it.
Alright, yeah.
Yeah. And then put that. Yep.
This. Oh, wait.
Yeah. What is that? What the hell are we doing now? After that,
Well, I was wondering,
Little pro tip that I found useful. if you make the fillet one of them and then you set the size of the fillet, then you can just delete the fillet, right? And then when you try to make a fillet again, the default size will be the last size that was used.
How'd you make it?
You click on the R number.
So what's the joke? Ghettos?
You could also have done a circle on the end of your rectangle. That works as well. And then you don't even have to dimension it. The only downside of that is you have to then do your height afterwards because the height includes part of the circle.
Look.
So there's pros and cons to all these different methods.
No, not quite. You have to project first. So project. No, over. Keep going. That will. Top, very top left. Now you can do center point circle. So go to the, center point square. So go to the square. Drop down left. Center point. Rectangle. Go down. Keep going down. Go down. Okay, start there. Here's the top. Just expand it out. All the way to the top here. Start up measurements. Wait, measurements. Yeah. What did you do? What?
Oh, I didn't make it a
You didn't
dimension right as well.
You're throwing.
You got dimension.
Imagine throwing.
You do that.
It's not.
What the hell?
Pablo, I thought you had all the throwing done out as of yesterday.
Yeah.
No.
What? You almost threw that potion. Given. Yeah.
I would like to negotiate with the. And you can see Simon look. He's like,
It's like.
is it normal for you to have multiple negotiations at once? I'm like, bro, dude. Actually,
Hold on.
Oh.
once you get your slit sketched,
Wait. Doing some here.
then you can just do an extrusion. Now, when you do your extrusion, I'm going to show you a pro tip here.
I would not do any sort of that.
All right. So, we have our slits made.
What was your fault?
Well, I guess that's why we have a stream. All right. Get your slits made. What are y'all doing?
Well, I'm done.
I know what
I
Pablo's
need this
doing.
number.
Oh,
I was shopping out there.
He's relearning English, but the rest of you, what are you doing?
Okay, what am I doing now that affect you, Thompson? What are you
You're, so see, Pablo, I understand why Pablo is struggling. That's a fair reason, but some of you,
He is calling it extrusion.
Okay, now.
I don't know what some of you are doing.
Why doesn't set the height?
No, actually, the work for sure.
Oh,
Set the height.
boy.
You forgot. Yeah. Click on the corners.
Dude, no, you're chilling. No, that's good.
When I set the height to the
Why is that blue?
This is it goes too high.
Oh, what are you
didn't. Oh my god.
I didn't listen.
Imagine being not bad.
Press no. That's the check mark for that video.
This boy on the side to the side.
No.
Where I went to.
We're gonna go nowhere. Now.
Hey there, right, James.
Just change that from 5 to 25.
What? What do you mean, what? Don't you what me?
That's right.
You were in.
Bro.
This guy, I tell you. Okay, I'm moving on. Y'all taking way too long. When you extrude,
I'm sorry, I'm not a professional.
it ain't you, it's Yeehaw boy here too. When you guys do your extrusion,
Oh my good god.
you can change the direction. So you can, in here,
This thing has.
you can change the direction if you want,
We adding or
Okay, what?
or you can just toggle the direction here,
and then symmetric.
okay?
Oh.
Or
So what happened if
the second end position allows you to go both directions. So I'm going to just do it through all, both directions. And this second end position is really what you use. You got different options here, right? You got different options, okay? second end positions work. You could do symmetric as well. Okay. So there's multiple ways you can do this. Second end position is one. Symmetric is another. You could choose through all. If you choose up to next, it's not going to work. If you chose up to face, you could click on this outside if you wanted to. I mean, like, there's a lot of different ways you can do this. Here's my recommendation, though. I think that you always want to pick something that's going to be the most resilient to future changes, right? And the most resilient to future changes is going to be a remove through all that's symmetric. Okay? I think that's going to be the most resistant to changes. Like if I redo an extrusion or redo this part, you know, I choosing the face. What if the face gets deleted and I have to make a new one? You know what I mean? Like then I have to redo this extrusion. So through all is pretty straightforward. Now, if you want to mirror this, you can. The only thing is I did not design this with the intent of mirroring. If I had, I would have made this alone, and then I would have made everything above it, and then I would have just mirrored the things above it. Because entities to mirror, okay? If I do like feature mirror, and it's gonna like select all of that. And so now this is gonna be twice as thick, which I don't actually want. I don't actually want that. So this is something to keep in mind. If you know you're gonna mirror in advance, the things you don't want mirrored need to be separate features. Okay? Because now this is like twice as thick. Or you could just be a big boy brain and you could just, you know, do it all in this sketch.
That's a big question.
What?
Whoa.
You know, if you want to edit in this sketch, you could do that. You do you.
Whoa. Yeah.
There's a lot of different ways you can do this.
Whoa. Stop. What are you talking about? Break.
Stop, man.
Keep
Stop.
talking.
Stop.
Bro, Drake's in town. Drake.
Oh, I want to see Drake.
What kind of money?
I'm going to
Let's look for Drake and it's not.
go back to my
I give you pop.
original plan.
Didn't you give me eight up
Let's see
there?
what does it say on Twitter.
I tweeted 7 for it though.
You definitely can like it on Twitter. Oh, it's not true.
Harold, can I have an all plug for board?
You know what I mean.
Go ahead.
Okay. Give me a shot.
You have to put in Twitter.
Yeah.
The search engine does not care about ads. It's Twitter.
Wait, that'll.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Close.
I'll go get it.
Oh, that's fine. Oh. So much. Boy. I guess we can't see his face. Wow.
Bro, dude.
Where'd you have it?
Out of pocket.
What happened? Did you not see the Drake thing a couple, like, a week ago?
Drake's meat is on the internet.
I heard about
Why are you
that.
pushing my shirt? I mean,
Shit is massive.
bro, that shit was hell.
Matt, guess who showed it to me?
Right.
Matthew Lambeck.
Do it.
I mean,
Kogi would.
you said Matt.
I did say Matt. You like, guess it's Matt.
He would do that.
This guy right here showed us like the whole table.
Thank you, Pablo. What a guy.
I was talking to Cole.
I saw
Then I got.
and then
I still haven't seen it.
but you made sure everybody else had been scarred for life too. Right?
Oh, so how do you make it small?
I had shit.
Smaller?
Like the
Well,
the
actually, no, I
circumstance.
God, that was a horrible day. I'm not
Yeah,
gonna lie.
like
How do you make it
That-
smaller?
We had a discussion that was so much worse before that too.
Oh,
And then he just like randomly shows everyone the video like, bro, we don't want to see this right
Dude,
now.
it's freaking mad. I didn't see it.
It was like.
That's how the
Today's gonna be a
box.
Super Bowl.
Alright,
Bro, it's gonna
so
Pablo.
I am done. Hush. Stop.
On his.
Stop. Go sit. Go sit.
My God.
I'm going to leave it like this, okay?
Yeah.
I'm not going to do anything fancy to this part that's down there. I'm going to call it the bottom half, and I'm going to move on with my life.
Yeah.
So we are done with this piece.
I hate, I'm not cold.
The last part that we're gonna do quote unquote together
Alright.
is going to be these windshields. So some of this is actually going to be very easy and straightforward.
Wait.
Some of this is not.
Which one gonna be clear one correctly, or are we just gonna have it like that?
We're not printing.
Yeah, we're not printing.
Oh, we're not? Oh.
Well, we already have a car.
Hey, it would be kind of cool.
I mean, we have
That would
like
be
some
cool.
type of clear coat.
If we were going to actually bother to print this and make it work, we would be doing things a whole lot different.
Yeah. There's
So-
no printed that.
Some windshields are more complicated than others. This is definitely the most complicated one. But I'm going to show you some techniques that you can use to make your windshield. And it's going to be ballparky. But I'm going to show you something you can do with a combination of arcs or ellipses if you want. I'm also going to show you the spline thing. Those of you who have done aerospace probably have already done the spline because we use it to make airfoils.
Oh.
Very, very useful. And so we'll talk about how to do that. And then we'll be done with the self-guided tour. I'll give you some time to make the two other wooden pieces. I'm not giving you tons of time. You're going to have to do a little bit of approximating. What I mean by that is you might not be able to get the exact shape, but if you can get something that looks decent, right, that's fine. I will specifically show you how I might do the headlights on those, because that gets into the territory of intelligently using work planes. And I do want you to know how to do that. I'm giving you a heads up now. So this is in the classwork category because they basically hold your hand and baby fed you off a silver platter while you were wearing a bib the entire time.
Yeah,
But what's going to happen is you're going to have to do some things yourself at some point. Now,
Okay, no.
what you're going to find is the things that I start you off with, they're not hard to make. But the starting point for you will be you have to determine the best way to make it yourself, right? I've done all that work. Like I've told you, okay, we're going to sketch it like this and do a revolve, right? Whereas you're going to have to make the decision, should I extrude? Should I revolve? Should I do this in one feature, three features? Is it better to do a fillet in the sketch or a fillet in the feature? Like, you're going to have to make those decisions yourself. And that is going to be your first challenge. I will give you things. I will say, make this. And it'll be for an assessment grade. Think of it as your test or quiz. Like, that is going to be your test or quiz. It's not meant to be high stakes or high pressure. I'm just telling you that I'll like literally have a bucket. I'll whip out a bucket of these things and say, pick one or two of these, make them. Not saying you can't talk with other people or ask for help. I'm just saying like you're doing it yourself.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to be willing to give you too much help. I mean, some things, but I'm not going to.
Wheel of names. I'm just saying.
No, it's not a wheel of names. It's going to be a bucket. Oh, you mean the order you want you get to pick things?
Yeah.
I might. You know, I should do it that way. I should do it that way.
What's the final?
That's a good question. So we've never done this class before, right? So my inkling is the final is going to be either one exactly like the test.
Yeah.
Like you'll show up. I have laptops by the way, right? So it doesn't matter that you turn your Chromebooks in. You'll show up. How long is final exam? Hour and a half. It'll be make these things in CAD, and you have till the end of the time. I actually think that's a fair final exam because the reality is when you work in industry, they can't be having you dilly-dag and taking 5,000 years to make stuff, right? Like, I don't want you to feel the time pressure like it's a race.
Yeah.
But you have to understand that if you're taking too long to do stuff, right? Like, time is money, right? You know what I mean? So part of CAD is making things accurately, but part of it truly, honestly, is making it quick. You know what I mean? So, you know, it's a real world skill. I mean, this is a practical art class. Don't forget there's the art there. Right?
Practical arts. Okay.
With